asking questions about big topics. And today I've got a special guest. I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, it's a pleasure to be here.
Welcome. Thanks for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Well, why don't we just start off? Do you mind introducing yourself, who you are, where you're from, that sort of thing?
Yeah, I'm Atopa Amina. I'm from Ghana. Ghana is a little country of the west coast of Africa. Was what I'm from. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Your name is really interesting. I've never heard it before. Is there a special meaning?
Oh, I wouldn't say special. But anyway, I would explain. Atopa Amina is basically a name given to Melbournes on Saturday. So basically Ghana has 49 languages and we have numerous tribes. Right? So each tribe has a way of naming their children.
Right.
Yeah. So where I'm from, that's the Fanti tribe. Kwamina or Kwame is given to a male born on Saturday.
On Saturday?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, today we are going to talk about a big topic, because that's what we do here at JENAYO Studios.
Ooh.
It's a very hot topic, and I don't think we're going to solve the world's problems in a day, but I'd really love to get your thoughts, and it would be an awesome discussion. So the topic that we're going to discuss today is racism.
Ooh, okay. This is an interesting topic. It's also a broad topic. And but first of all, I'd like to give somewhat a definition of what racism is all about. Racism is prejudice, discrimination, and antagonism directed towards another race on the belief that one's race is superior than the other. So if we look at the definition really carefully, the underlying word here is belief. So basically a group of people, a group of race who have strong beliefs that their race is superior to another.
So how did racism come about?
Oh Lord, I would like to start from its root cause, because to be able to understand where it is from, I don't think anybody was born racist. However, racism can be traced way back into the Hellenistic period. Alright. The Hellenistic period is a period where thinking was God, where the people of those days saw thinking or thought to be God. They had to think everything through. Alright, so it all started with the Greek people. Now, the Greeks are the first group of people who ever documented human behavior, systematic human behavior. Yeah, so some of the qualities the Greeks came about concerning leadership is when you are born of certain birth traits. Birth traits, for example, could be if you had a pointed nose, if you had thin lips, let's say fair skin. Alright, so all these qualities automatically made you a leader. Right, so these are all Greek philosophies, so Greek ideas of leadership.
Yeah.
So they believe that these traits, if you had them, automatically qualified you to be a leader. Right? So I'm not saying they're bad or good. I'm just saying that these are inventions of the Greeks, which, as we go on in this conversation, I would outline why there's racism in the world today and how things have been shaped by these inventions.
Yeah, it's really interesting because I can already see the roots of other isms. It's not just racism, there's sexism, there's, I don't know what other isms there are, but just this idea of being chosen by the gods and having the right looks, the right personality.
Right.
Even today in our world where we celebritize celebrities and treat them like gods because they have the right look, the right height, the right personality and things like that.
So they took all these, these inventions of the Greeks concerning leadership, took it back to Rome and started applying them because they found there was great, wisdom in whatever that they found.
Right.
Now, we know that the Romans are military men, powerful military men. So with their military and these ideas they got from the Greeks actually made them more powerful. So up till today, Rome is one of the strongest, or has been one of the strongest ever empire to be, alive, because they had strong military and they took the ideology of leadership and other ideologies from the Greeks. All right, Rome imploded. It got disintegrated into smaller empires. Some of these categories or empires we could easily identify by the name Belgium, which became Belgium. That's very good. And then Anglo, which became
Anglo-Saxon.
which became England. All right, and then Franco, which became France. Portugal, which became Portugal. All right. Yeah, so these are all, and not to forget Spaniard, which became Spain. Right. So all these are what? Divisional Roman Empire. They are all Romans,
right.
but because they got disintegrated, they became these other small empires. All right. They obviously took along the leadership inventions from the Greeks.
Yeah.
And so, their desire was to go and conquer other lands.
Right,
Yeah.
That same war mentality.
Obviously, they decided to extend their territories to other places. So they started, moving. The first group, that's the Portuguese, went to the west coast of Africa and started off with trade. Then eventually, they started the slave trade.
Right.
Yeah, obviously they still had the mentality of the Greeks that if you don't have thin lips or fair skin or pointed nose, then automatically you are you're not a leader. And if you're not a leader, what are you? You're what? You're a servant, a slave. Yeah. Like I was saying, they started moving to places like Australia, the Americas, China's, all these other countries, and started dominating. And since they had the same psyche, because it was deeply embedded in their minds, they had no choice than to apply these qualifications of leadership traits. So if you think about it in a nutshell, it doesn't really look like racism, but it is a leadership invention, which was created by the Greeks that they adopted. But
it resulted in racism.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
It's just that sense of being superior because my skin is lighter, and it's what's driven all of their behavior and the motivation for claiming these divine slaves for themselves over many years and over centuries now.
Yeah, so that's basically it. Since generation after generation after generation, it's been passed on. Yeah, so deep down in the psyche of the Romans, if you don't have these qualities, you're automatically below them. They're superior to you, It doesn't matter what level of education you have, what degrees you have. As far as you don't fall within these categories they have outlined, you do not, qualify to be a leader. You understand? Yeah. So that's basically it. It's rather sick, but this is the reality we are in.
Yeah, it's quite a sad reality, but it's very interesting, the historical view of where the root of racism and other isms may have come from. So thank you very much for your time.
It's been a pleasure.
And I can't wait for part 2 and 3 and however long this series ends up going for.
Thank you very much for having me.